Does anyone else want to proffer a suggestion?
No, we're gonna leave you hanging.
Yo ho ho, it's time for the Bodie Show. Living on the water is the only life we know. Yo ho ho ho, it's time for the Bodie Show.
Where are you?
Well, I'm in Ohio.
You knew. You said a few episodes ago that you often don't know where you are, and so that was kind of a trick question.
Yeah, well, thanks for trying to catch me out, but I know when I'm in Ohio. You can't get one by me. Here I'm lovely Worthington, Ohio, which is right near Columbus, and I got here yesterday. I'm leaving tomorrow.
And there are happy voices that I love to hear in the background with you. Who's there?
Sitting next to me? Yeah. So my host and hostess here in Columbus, Ohio, are our friends Matt and Heather Sullivan of both Ohio and also Murray Island, who we've been longtime friends and dock sitters together.
Yes.
We talk about boats. We try to take care of our children and, in a fun, watery way for many years.
We've co-neglected our children together.
Well said.
Yeah.
Co-neglected.
Co-not parented.
Yeah. They're like, is it time to go yet? Nope. Still sitting on this dock.
Yeah.
I'm hungry. There's some limes. You want a lime?
Yeah. I want some sardines and a lime.
And Matt, this is like it's a little bit of like a oh my god moment. Matt is a wonderful musician, and his music was the music for the first 2, maybe 3 episodes of the show.
Yeah, it was probably the biggest moment of my musical career, to be honest.
It was.
That's not
and
true.
You can take that however you want, Jeff.
That's not true. You play beautiful music, and you've been playing out a lot. I follow you and on Instagram, and you've been. I mean, it looks like once every 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's
weekly.
It's amazing how people will let you play if you don't charge them any money. You can get all kinds of fun gigs. People hot mic and a captive crowd and free services.
Nice. I should try that. I'm like, well, actually, I'm doing that. Like,
yeah,
with this podcast.
Hold on.
People, wait a minute. People love free entertainment.
Yeah.
Free podcast. Okay.
Everything's free.
Everything's free. So we're gonna get right into it with. Oops, not that. Damn it.
Ooh, but bring that back.
I hit the wrong button.
It's the boat of the week, stable and sleek. Check out that vessel, baby, isn't she sweet? It's the boat of the week, the boat of the week. Ooh, how I love me, the boat of the week. Da 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 da. Hey, yeah, let's check out the boat of the week.
We're gonna have to get a full length version of that song to play because lately of late, I post for the Bodie Show and then I delete Instagram off my phone because I feel that it makes me sick at times in my life, and I didn't want that, so I have to download it and install it in order to see this week's Boat of the Week.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Do you want to just tell us what it is?
Yes, it's a really, 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 really big tugboat. Really, 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 really nice. I think it's in Toronto.
Oh.
With a really nice, like fancy interior. So it's like swarthy on the outside and like kind of glammy on the inside.
We were really excited about the use of the word swarthy.
Mm-hmm.
We were going to talk about what it meant.
And yes, what does it mean?
What did we decide? It's like tough, like meant for work,
but
also a little beat to shit.
Carhartts. They're like Carhartts.
Yeah,
it's like,
Carhartts are swarthy?
Carhartts, but the actual working car.
I would consider it a compliment, generally.
Swarthy?
Yeah.
I also think
I mean, it goes with fisherman core, it goes with nor'easter, it goes with all those things, right? It means like
Pirates.
Maybe it's a little weathered,
Pirates.
but it should be. It's only weathered because it works so hard.
Right.
Right.
And I think it has. I feel like it has a watery connotation. I don't know that to be true, but I feel like it does.
Boats are safe in the harbor, but that's not what boats are designed for.
Well said. Wiser words have not been spoken.
You should read about it because I don't know my Instagram password and my phone won't install it.
All right. Well, I'm just going to show it to you first.
Oh, I remember that post. It was It's a Doc Deals post. Thank you, Doc Deals.
It is a Doc Deals post. I would say it's a little out of my budget. It's $465,000.
It's also a house, so you could look at it as not just a boat you're buying, a home.
Definitely a house, yes. And it has. I love that it looks so worky. Don't you see?
Yeah, that's worky.
And it looks so worky. This is the MV Presconant tug, 111 feet.
Ooh, good.
She's a big girl. Always like when people turn old tugs into motor or expedition yachts. Usually they're way out of the price range. This one still is, but maybe I can convince the wife to sell the house. Full refit in the 90s, 2021 survey available. Exterior needs some work, but interior mechanics look nice. Powered by a Cleveland 8V-278A with 1,800 hours. No trailer, which I assume is a joke. I assume that's a joke.
Yeah, that's Doc Deals humor for you right there.
Yeah, but there's the inside looks like a presidential yacht.
Oh, it is glammy. Yeah.
It's so glammy. Look at the inside.
Oh, it's like wood paneling.
Oh,
Very 90s.
Yeah.
Wow.
But just fancy.
But like upholstered chairs.
Yeah, and huge, spacious. It's not like crampy dock.
Yeah.
Or, I mean,
It's in Toronto.
I thought it was in Toronto.
Nice Canadian lilt there, Matt.
Yeah.
I caught that.
There. Look at the kitchen.
Yeah, that's no galley.
Right?
And we have a galley kitchen.
Guest room.
Yeah.
Nice.
Guest room.
Yeah, exactly. Another guest room. And yet another.
Wow.
It's no joke. Fancy bathroom.
Yeah, it's like a full-on house.
It's a full-on house. And then there's the view from
the captain's chair.
Squishy captain chairs. And then there's an engine shot, which,
I'm really glad that you read I'm really glad that you read the name of the engine. Since this is an audio format, but I can see you over the FaceTime. You had a little like sneer on your face as you read that, and then you had the same sneer when you showed me the picture of the engine.
Yeah.
This is good.
But I know that some people like these things.
Yes. I think
including you, so I'm here for it.
Thanks.
I'll read the name of the engine, even though I don't. It's an 877492020.
8765409.
And it is 8675309.
309.
And
Throw a niner in there.
it's there's a white thing with things, and that's the picture.
That's the generator.
Okay. And there you have it. That I selected this Pheasant Admiral's Choice for you. Because if I had what you called in the last episode, FU money.
Oh wait, what? It had what? Say it. No, say it.
You want me to say it so you can bleep it?
Yeah.
If I had all the FU money in the world, I would buy this for you, and then I would take it back. I'm just kidding. I would let you have it. We would ride around in it together.
There'd be enough space. We could have like there's multiple guest rooms and stuff. We could take all our friends and just go.
Exactly. That's what we would do. Right?
Yeah, as the actual boat
like
expert, most boat expert person I know, how deep a water do you have to be for something like that?
What's the draft?
What's the draft? Is that
draft is how deep you would need? Yeah, that's it.
I don't know.
Use vocabulary.
I don't know. Probably pretty deep, like 111.
That was the sound of an amazing high five.
That was.
One today.
I'm gonna say I don't know, just ballparking it, gut feel, no real basis for it. 10.
That's the best kind.
10 feet at least.
Oh,
That's not that bad.
yeah, I would
15. 15 feet.
Yeah. So stay out of Eel Bay in the fall.
Yeah. Or
This just generally
either stay out of Eel Bay in the fall or stay in Eel Bay for the winter. Listeners, Eel Bay is this really deep bay that's got kind of a constant depth that converges on shallow for about the back third of it. It's on the head.
Like deep meaning large in
yes.
space.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Shallow, relatively speaking, to other
Water depth.
other like 100 foot deep parts of the St. Lawrence River, the Thousand Islands, but
it's the bird bath of the St. Lawrence.
yeah. Get some good warm water in there early in the season.
You can really see the sunset from there. I think that's what's great about it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Missy loves the sunset. She loves to make a big deal out of a sunset.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good priority to have.
It's top notch.
All right. Well, that is both the Admiral's Choice and this week's Boat of the Week.
It's the boat of the week, stable or sleek. Check out that vessel, baby, isn't she?
All right. There it is.
I do think that's mostly what I like about that boat. I like the contrast between the inside and the outside, and I also like how many people we could put on it. Like, we wouldn't even need the dock.
No, leave the dock behind.
Yeah.
I like that it straight up in the ad said outside needs a little work because that's swarthy. Like,
Worthy.
needs a little work.
It needs a little work. I think we all need a little work on the outside.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I do think that most boats that have that many bedrooms and bathrooms, I don't like the way they look on the outside. Give me a nice, swarthy tugboat on the outside and something nice and sleek on the inside. I'm happy.
So like super yachts look like that on the inside and have all those
Right.
bedrooms and bathrooms, but they look like super yachts. So like,
They're atrocious.
Is this? I feel like is this like an analogy? I mean, it could be an analogy for so many things.
yeah,
They really good.
go with that. What are you thinking?
Well, we were talking about the love/boat concept.
Yes, we were.
Yeah, so I'm like, so like it's like what's inside that matters is what you're saying, and you don't want it to look too shiny.
No, it's true.
It's like shiny. You're like that you care too much about looking shiny. There's that. Yeah. You don't want people to. Yeah.
Heather, is this just you talking yourself into the fact that you're married to Matt?
We were talking about.
I just need a little work on the outside, Jeff. That's it.
No, we're talking about Stephanie's analogy, guys.
Oh, not your analogy. Matt, you look great on the outside.
Thank you. Yeah.
He does.
Speaking
what's up next?
Well, speaking of love/boat,
Oh yeah.
we have with us the couple that exemplifies the perfect boaty relationship.
Ooh, that's aiming a little high, Jeff.
Now we're
Yeah.
critical.
Oh,
let me set this up. This is this is a long time coming. Matt's family has been at the river for generations.
Yep.
Heather is relatively new, so you haven't been boating since you were 9.
No, although I have to say, if we're going to talk about boats, the kind of boat that I really loved growing up was this aluminum rowboat that I could row around this lake in Michigan.
So you were boating,
But not like
motorboating.
yes, not quite the same.
No,
Anyway.
it's
So I didn't
better.
drive any boat.
It's any boating is good boating, especially if you're a kid in a boat.
And I do love your definition of a boat is things that you can stay afloat on. I forget where you drew the line on the definition.
I think we decided it was something where you could go from point A to point B and you didn't have to get wet.
Correct.
Yes. Okay. Yep. All right. Anywho.
Well, we've been talking about this for a long time because everybody, a lot of the women in your family didn't necessarily boat. And as we all know, if you've been boating forever and you marry in, automatically you drive and you don't drive. And so you guys have been working on making Heather as comfortable as possible in the boat for, what do you think, a decade? We've been talking about this a long time.
Yeah, at least a decade.
20 years.
And there's a self-serving element, I think, because the happier Heather is at the river, the more I get to go. And also, I think maybe a little different from some of you guys, like the trip off of the island is really, that's a daily kind of monumental thing for us island folk. And so unless you want to be everyone's chauffeur, there's that self-serving element of helping other people become comfortable. Because then you don't have to chauffeur them if you don't want to go.
I feel like you're just kind of killing the mystique right now.
Yeah, Matt.
Yeah, so it's not this magnanimous...
You just really showed your hand in a way that was...
So last night we were talking about this, and I realized I'm like Matt is so good at that. He's so tremendously supportive, and yeah, and I was like, I feel like this means that it's exemplary of our marriage, which is a happy one. And then I made a face as to say,
question mark?
I was like, and then I kind of squinched my face up awkwardly. So I'm like, I'm being a little ridiculous right now. I'd make fun of
Listen, when it comes to marriages, when you're in your 40s and 50s, you can be as adorable as you want.
Okay.
You can be as happy.
Yeah.
There's no reining in the happiness. Like you're just winning. You should shoot the moon with that
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, we're 26 years in. 26 years in.
We need a little applause meter right there. That's what you got.
But I do absolutely. Is your marriage a happy one? I'm like, can you say that you both together and don't get into fights, and your husband encourages you to drive the boat poorly? I think it's just a good sign.
Yeah,
just a good sign.
I think that. Yeah. I think this is an excellent metric for marital happiness.
Right.
Yeah.
The ability to boat together and teach the boating and learn the boating and not yell.
Yeah.
I mean,
most of the time. Most of the time.
And hit shoals together.
Hit shoals together.
Oh, yeah. Tell us more.
That's romantic. You've hit shoals together as a couple?
And this also involves you, Stephanie.
Oh, great.
The couple that hits a shoal together.
Right, exactly.
And stays together, will stay together.
I mean, there's no question that can test a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, will you want to tell us what happened?
Recently, we've had two. So
over 20 years, that's not that bad.
We'll make a new segment called On the Rocks.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's start with that.
Yeah. So the first. Oh, there you go. Let's see. The first one, I think we were going to Gananoque for shits and giggles, and we were doing a cocktail cruise.
It's a little hazy. Actually.
You guys were like, "Yeah, we're going to tell you the story. It was a long time ago, and we don't remember."
Yeah, it's amazing, and
it was before you had kids.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Yeah, and it was a daytime cruise, and we fully ramped the shoal and didn't really realize it until we realized that we hit it. We didn't realize it had cracked the I don't know what you call it, Jeff, the shaft that is the propeller. What kind
of boat were you in?
Lower unit.
Yeah, the lower unit. Yeah, we did some damage.
It was in the whaler.
Yeah,
it was 17-foot Montauk whaler with an outboard, and you cracked open the lower unit.
Lower unit, yeah.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah. So got these little bubbles of oil coming up and everything else.
Oily.
Yeah.
I'm a dumbass and a
polluter,
and not a good steward.
Yeah.
Right at the moment.
I mean, not to point fingers. Just for clarification, Matt, you were driving.
That is true.
Okay. Just checking.
Yeah. It'll be a reoccurring theme with our next edition of On the Rocks.
So this is also, I'm glad you asked. Because keeping score is also a really important metric of a healthy relationship.
Wait. I need to ask. Keeping score, the more you keep score, the healthier the relationship?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Interesting. Because
the first people to ever say that. You might be right.
Yeah. You've been doing it wrong.
Everyone should be keeping score on paper.
Missy and I probably had 3 rounds of marriage counseling to stop keeping score. So
no, you just need to double up. You just need to really lean into it.
I mean, we're learning so much. Okay, all right, go on.
And then the most recent one was this past year at coming back at night and hitting I forget the name of the shoal you told me.
What is it called? The one across from Black Rock? It's like Tripod,
yeah. So this is in the Thousand Islands. It's just upriver of the Thousand Islands Bridge, in between Thousand Island Park and Rock Island, where there's a big lighthouse. Yeah.
Yeah. So I later learned from talking to you, because thought I was going crazy, is that they removed one of the buoys.
There used to be marks.
Yeah. So you used to go to the left of the buoy as you're heading back to TI Park, and now if you do that, you hit the shoal.
Yeah, and a lot of people have hit that one. Is it Granite State or is it Tripod, or is it both? It's both the same thing.
There are 2 shoals there. There's Tripod, which is the long, wide one that sort of goes toward the channel and toward Black Rock, and then Granite State is back behind it, I believe. That's my recollection.
Okay.
So I hit Granite State. I hit the one closest to the mainland, or closest to Wellesley.
Yeah.
On your
Yeah.
Oh, because you try to do the in-between thing?
I try to go to the in-between thing.
That's a pro move.
Yeah.
I don't know that one. Well, neither do you, but
Apparently. Yeah. Yeah.
And
but it was a low water year, right?
Yeah.
no,
Never mind.
that's what you say when you're discussing running aground or hitting a shoal. It's like, oh well, it was low tide,
Used to
or
be marked.
oh it was
Used to be marked.
it used to be marked. Oh, it was a low water year.
Yeah.
So for the
Also,
record,
my wife was driving.
for the record, Matt has hit how many shoals, Matt?
Does.
And Heather has hit.
Yeah.
To be fair,
I
I
need
never.
like a sound effect to go along with it just to drive this home,
Dun,
like
dun, dun.
like some sort of boat horn.
Yeah, like that. Matt does a lot more driving at the boat. I do want to add that Matt wonderfully encourages me to drive the boat all the time, and it is really empowering to feel like I know how. But most of the time, I don't want to because I want to sit there and sunbathe and drink my beer. So, he really does encourage me. He's like, "Don't you want to drive the boat?"
I'm not saying no because he would be like a stressful experience because he's gonna second guess you and tell you what to do, and that's not why you're saying.
I'm like, I don't know that we could be married if that was a thing. Like, if that was the nature of our relationship, that would be.
I would lose. It would be very painful.
just by the scorekeeping so far, you actually are already losing.
Yeah. I would have been out of the game.
In case you missed the scorekeeping so far.
Yeah,
Also,
exactly.
I hear a magnificent sort of reverse emancipation here because Heather's like, yeah, I just want to sit there in my bathing suit with my beer while my spouse drives.
Well, and I mean, maybe this may be the first time that Matt said it out loud, but maybe somehow the subtext had come across that she was going to have to start doing island chores.
Yeah. Matt, you overplayed your hand. You're like, yeah, no, it's self-serving. No, it's extra self-serving.
Yeah.
No, why am I crossing the channel to go to the hardware store?
Groceries, I can't wait. Can I take the garbage too?
Yeah. Go to the Clayton dump and get your.
Well, I don't know how much of this is honesty and sort of this pure kind of sharing, and how much of it is a little bit devious that we're digging into. But regardless, it's good. And I do feel like we've had this conversation a long time.
Mm-hmm.
We've driven different boats. Your family did something cool, which we've talked about, I think, on the show before, which is get a rigid inflatable.
Yeah.
And the ladies got in that thing like that because docking?
Yeah. So docking's you've delved much into the docking problem for people, and the rigid inflatable is like basically a giant bumper.
Yeah.
So I think deep concern people have about damaging a boat and or damaging other boats, like parking at TI Park or docking at TI Park can be pretty treacherous.
For sure.
And I think the idea that you're essentially driving a big, basically a big bumper, is liberating and allows people to feel like they're okay. And it's great because you can really do anything in those things. They're pretty amazing.
Yeah.
I know. Jeff has them and likes them too. We've talked about that. But it actually did make a difference because most of the women didn't really drive the boat in your family, right?
Correct. Yeah.
And now it's different, a little different.
A little different. Yeah. I think the fact that it's small and it's fun to drive and what we just talked about with the kind of bumper nature of it, I think it makes it so people just explore more. Right?
I love that.
It's hours in the craft, right? You just got to do it. And so it's starting to be something. We call it the granny boat because my mom bought it. So it's the granny boat, and it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's
I'm
like
kind of fight over the granny boat, and Granny's like, "Well, I would like the boat to be there for me." So everyone back off the granny boat.
It's a good sign.
It's pretty fun. It's like driving a moped.
Does anyone else want to proffer a suggestion?
No, we're gonna leave you hanging.
It's pretty fun.
Nice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, we are gonna segue from granny boat to old boat ad. Which button do I push? I can't remember.
You're fired.
No. Ah! Which button was it?
You'll find it.
I'll find it. Thanks, Steph.
You're welcome.
Perfect. Yeah.
Ooh, sweet copy, I just gotta get them all of that sweet copy. Come on, Jeff, and meet us those vintage Bodie advertisements. I give of them old boat ads.
This is another ad for a Nova. Are you ready? You have to say yes or no.
Ready? Yes.
Okay. Go ahead. Turn her on. She's a perfect lady. Smooth, straight, and fingertip. Really fingertip. But at the top end, she'll scream across the water and leave your heart right in your throat. The Nova. No gingerbread. No razzle-dazzle junk. Just one of the hottest performance boats in the water anywhere. The hull. We start with a fiberglass layup that's virtually indestructible. Proven in blue water. From Long Island to Long Beach. The power. Standard is a pair of gutsy new Merc 188s. She'll plane in a flash, cruise all day in the high 30s, and get up close to 50 in open seas. Other power options are available, and they're all winners. The layout, 24 feet, beam, 8 feet. The cuddy cabin has twin V-berths and an optional marine head. The engine box is completely padded and upholstered, and so is the inside of the coamings, all the way around. The cabin roof is padded. The side panels are teak, so is the hatch, so is the trim. The controls are mounted just to the right of the padded racing wheel. A nice touch. The whole instrument panel can be removed in 2 minutes for super easy maintenance. The Nova was designed by Alan Brown for famed ocean racer Bill Wishnick. And if you know about performance boats, you know about the Nova race team's track record. It includes firsts in everything from the Long Beach Ensenada to the Sam Griffith Memorial to the Miami Nassau, with a couple of world's records to boot. There it is. That's the ad. It started strong, but it tailed off.
Yeah, I mean, once it started, it was like...
It got a little technical.
Yeah, that's okay because...
Fingertip?
Yeah. Question mark.
Because it started off so strong that we stayed.
Let's go back. She's a perfect lady. Smooth, straight. Smooth, straight, and fingertip. Really fingertip.
Cannot quite.
Does everyone know what fingertip means but me?
I have no idea.
I'm assuming they mean that you can...
I'm not... Well, what's that?
I mean, I don't see how this...
No, what is...
I know. I mean, am I making it more naughty, or am I just saying what everybody's thinking?
You always make it more naughty. And you always think you're just saying what everybody else is thinking, but maybe sometimes we're not.
I mean, is it that you're using? It just takes your fingertips to put it into gear and go.
I have no idea what.
I have no idea either.
Does anyone else want to proffer a suggestion?
No, we're gonna leave you hanging.
I mean, it doesn't. I think that was some suggestive, some serious.
Well, the straight woman thing is,
suggestive
just like you like her straight. It's very 1950s.
Amazing, really, absolutely, some of the best.
She's a perfect lady, smooth, straight, and fingertip. Really, fingertip.
I thought maybe that meant shape, but
perfectly a fingertip lady. I don't know.
But also, I thought maybe there was a boat term I didn't know. But maybe it also
usually a good assumption.
Yeah.
But I thought maybe means like easy to control, like maneuverable, maybe. I don't know.
That's what I was getting at with the model situation.
Yeah. She's like.
That was some sweet copy. Good job, Jeff.
Thank you.
Very
Thank
nice.
you. I was happy to find that.
Have you guys seen it? I have to show it to you. Have you seen the boat?
Oh my God.
No.
I have been in remission with the I wants for a while, right? The Bertram Barum 28, I had a little flare up.
Yeah, that sent you.
But this thing is working for me. There's a 19 and a 24. Steph and I both found this website independently. It's called Supernova, supernova19.com. There's many stories. I'm just going to read off of this because this is a great line. There's many stories behind the original concept of the Nova 19, which I guess I get was the first model that went from a 19 to a 24. The official press statement was, I had a hot little Donzi just for sporting around, but my wife got nervous in it. The deck was about waist level when she was seated, and sometimes she would come unseated. Said Brownie, the guy who designed this boat. I figured if I could get a good wide seat and get the steering over toward the center line, she could chalk herself in between me and the side of the boat. Then if I could raise the side of the boat without making the whole thing look like a shipping carton, she'd feel a lot more secure. That's why I went to a side panel and wraparound windshield bar, and it worked. The next problem was designing a bottom to go around this wide cockpit and make it perform. It took us a while, but I think we got it. So whoever's writing this said, I asked Brownie myself once many years later, why was it built so wide? Could it be for stability? His reply was, I started with 4 fat asses and 2 seats and built the boat around that.
Ooh. We're now looking at the photo of the boat.
Yeah. After that,
Nice.
he then said, I used the gunwale, sides, and the transom from the Nova 24, the deck from a 28-foot carry, and a wild imagination. Okay, so it sounds like the 24 came first.
24 came first.
Yeah.
And it is hot. She's a beauty. But that is a really I'm not sure I've ever heard anybody describe how they built something, and it's kind of a fun thing to read. You know what I mean? Like the functionality of started with this and then did that.
Yeah.
But man,
built for comfort and speed.
it is nice to look at though. Isn't it?
I like this interior situation.
Right?
Yes. That's a far cry from home.
Oh, man, I got the I wants.
Is this literally why you deleted Instagram, Jeff?
Maybe. Friggin' doc deals is ruining me.
I need to have some outtakes of like us talking, like you guys talking in these tones about boats, like oof. Oh.
I mean, that's actually 90% of the podcast.
90% of the podcast is like Steph, like, oh God, I want it. It's hot. It's so hot.
Excuse me while I step aside, and I have to leave the room now.
Oh, you what? You got to go take a cold shower like I do?
We're gonna
I'll be right back.
Good
She's
Lord.
going to take her doc deals with her.
Oh, shit. Well, that's all I had, actually. Unless, Matt, now that Heather's gone.
I don't know what else we could possibly need. The only other thing that I would say is that we've had some conversations about teaching teenagers to drive cars. That was reminding us of conversations about driving boats. And I spent 8 hours driving here to Ohio with my 17-year-old son driving the car. And I think that everyone should appreciate that teaching people to drive boats is like way better than cars. It's so relaxing and fun.
I would agree, especially if you can let go of all of the self-inflicted stress that can come with boating and just let somebody just drive the boat. Like, it's going to be fine.
It's going to be great.
It's kind of like if you were to learn to drive in a cornfield.
Yeah, exactly. Which is what everybody should do from now on.
Yeah.
Well, it has been a delight. Thank you, Jeff.
Yeah, you're welcome. I think a nice little crisp, quick show, and then you guys you're going out tonight? Are you going to see some music or something?
Yes, I'm here. Sam and I are here. My son Sam wanted to see a band, and so we bought tickets, and we're here. So we are going to see a band called Good Kid tonight.
Good Kid. Okay.
Yes, that's what we're doing.
Canadian.
It's a Canadian band.
They're coming down
Came to
to.
Ohio to see a Canadian band.
Yeah.
Okay. Matt, where do you usually play?
We play a lot at the Rambling House, which is where we played last night, and Stephanie was nice enough to come. And
It's awesome.
Yeah, it was just nice, and they what we heard a folk rendition of Fat Bottom Girls,
Yeah, we
which was
did.
probably
Ooh.
that was
It was very fun.
one of my favorite places to play.
Awesome. So the Rambling House is that in Columbus official or is that somewhere else?
Yeah, it's in Columbus. It's basically right off the campus area. It's called the Old North, is what people call it.
Okay, the Old North off campus in Columbus, Ohio, Rambling House, and you play under the name Matt Sullivan and Friends.
Yeah, I did. Matt Sullivan and his friends. Yep.
And his friends.
So yeah, and we've been gigging quite a bit right now, and then we're doing a little bit of slowdown going into the summer, and then back to 2 or 3 times every couple of months. So
Cool.
it'll it's exciting to kind of get back at it a little more regularly.
Do you have anything released that people could check out?
If they go, so my previous bands were the Black River Gypsies, which are the songs that you played.
One more time. What was it?
The early episodes, Black River Gypsies,
Black
which
River
is named
Gypsies.
after the Black River in your guys' neck of the woods.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also had a band called the Tin Hearts. And so if anywhere that they do streaming music, Tin Hearts or Black River Gypsies, and you'll get to hear that stuff. And then tomorrow going back into the studio, I've got 4 songs in the can, and hopefully they'll be done in the next month or 2. So we'll get them out soon.
That's awesome. I can't wait to hear it. I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Hey, thank you guys for joining us. Matt and Heather took off to, I don't know, like calm herself after all.
Getting the vapors over the road. The Novas. Get a case of the Novas.
Yo ho ho, that's it for the Bodie Show. Pack the cooler, grab the lines, let's go, go, go. Yo ho 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 ho.
That's it for the Bodie Show.
That's it.
Matt, Heather, miss you guys. Yeah, can't wait to see you in a few months. Thanks, Steph.
Thank you.
We're out. Bye-bye.